My name is Siobhan Emin-Prentice and I do Reiki and I help people spiritually. I spiritually guide them on their path. I also help women with their womb, any womb related issues or trauma, ancestral trauma, pain. And I also help young people, elderly, children, and I use my own experiences and put all of my experiences that I've been through in life to help the community and to come together in unity and to find ways of natural healing, because it's also helped me on my path. So Reiki is a form of life force energy that comes from the universe. It's universal energy, and in a Reiki session, I'm not actually healing the client. I am channeling the energy of the universal energy and passing it down to the client who has agreed to the session, and it comes from Japan. It's a Japanese medicine, and the Reiki that I've been attuned to is called Ushi Reiki, which was by some man that sat on the mountains, and he got these codes, and then eventually he passed it down and passed on the initiations to other people. And it helps with meditation, it helps to clear blockages, it helps with anxiety and stress, insomnia, and it's a way of healing the person for their natural healing process, and spiritual guidance and awakening. Is many different things. I got involved with Reiki because I've been through quite a lot on my journey. I've been through a lot of pain and trauma in my family, around me. A lot of my jobs that I've done around counselling, working with young people in schools, in homes, and just realising that there's something more to life than just what we've been told. And what I found with Reiki and meditation, when I started meditation, when I first had Reiki done myself, I felt the difference, because you feel it and you feel the shift that you can't even necessarily put into words. And I know that it works because it's an ancient wisdom that's come from an amazing person that enabled other people to use it, and it's very sacred. It's a spiritual practice that has helped globally, and it helped me to awaken my spiritual beliefs and practices, and also to unblock certain traumas and bring them up, and for me to face them, and pains, because if you have certain pains within your body, Reiki can help to release that and to cleanse it. So a session of Reiki would be, it can be done distantly. So if you was in America and you wanted a Reiki distant session, I could send Reiki distantly. So I can send the universal energy as long as I set the intention. It's all about the intention, and the intention being pure and of love and of light, and protection and peace. I can send that energy healing to the person, and it can be a continuation of sessions, and the person can still receive and feel the Reiki, and it can bring up their emotions, their traumas, cleanse and clear it energetically. And a physical session would be where I cleanse the space, protect the space, call up on my guides, my spiritual guides, and to make sure that the space is grounded, I'm grounded, to cleanse myself. And also this is sage, so it's something that is a herb, and you can cleanse the space and remove energy and make sure the room is protected. And also it clears any stagnant energy within the person or myself or in the room. And this is Palo Santo wood from the Amazon, and it basically is a sacred tree. So this also clears and balances the energy, and it helps the client to be in a calm, mindful, peaceful state. And it's really good for stress and anxiety, both of them. So again, then I just put meditation on in the background, but there doesn't have to be meditation on in the background, but it does help for the person to relax and to get into a meditative state. and then I will send the Reiki down. But before I do that, I check where in the body needs attention. So it might be that my hands pull me to a certain area and I know that that's where I need to go, but Reiki will start from each of the chakras, just to have a scan. So you scan the body to see where in the body is potentially blocked or a message comes through. And then after that happens, you can start wherever I'm called to go.
I feel like, based on what you've explained, by and large, it is a transfer of energy from you to that person.
Yeah.
How?
From the divine.
Or through you to that person.
So if you picture like a white light and I'm calling up on a certain energy, there's certain codes that I say. So I'll call up on that energy, and then once I'm cleansed and the space has been cleansed, that energy will come down through to me. So if you think of like a superhero, when you watch Avengers or something, then you see the lady and she's going out and there's this light coming out of her hands. That's a light coming down from me down to the person, but I'm not healing the person. I'm opening up a channel, like a portal almost, for that person to start healing themselves because they've agreed to the healing and the energies, transferred to the person. I also do womb Reiki. So womb Reiki involves more about the womb and women, and where they do breath work with me and the stuff that can be transferred to me from that person's womb to mine. Even I've cleansed myself afterwards, I need to still make that I am spiritually clean. So it's like when you get up in the morning and you have a wash, it's the same with having a spiritual wash. So it's very important that, like right now, my feet are on the earth because it's grounding me, because there's electromagnetic fields that come from the earth into the roots of our feet that ground you and put you into a calm space. And if you've got any heavy energy, and you even if you put your hands on the earth will take it from you. Mother Earth will take it from you, and she'll put it back into love, or she'll put it back into a high vibration. Mm-hmm. So energetically, it's very important that I clean my spirit. So womb Reiki is something I've recently done, and it involves, so a lot of clients of mine have been through sexual abuse, and it resides in our womb, or it might be that our mums have been through sexual abuse, or the auntie, and it's a chain, so it's ancestral. So this auntie didn't speak, that auntie didn't speak, and where it just keeps residing and keeps continuing, it restores in our womb. It stays in our womb space, and then what happens is that it becomes ancestral. So if that person doesn't talk about that sexual abuse, their throat chakra becomes blocked, which is their communication, their truth, and it affects their womb. So if you're not speaking your truth, your womb stores that emotion. So you might have anger because you're not allowed to talk about it because it's a secret, and you're going to expose that family member, that's the uncle or the dad or the cousin that's abused the cousin. So what it does is, with the womb Reiki, is it will be a one-to-one session, or I've done group sessions as well, where we will go into a meditative state with my shamanic drum, and then I'll ask my client, what is your womb holding? So this is an energy space called the sacral chakra. Men have the sacral chakra as well. They don't have a necessarily like a physical womb, but they have a sacral chakra. So we all, even animals, even the earth, we all have the same chakras, which are energy points in the body. And here is where your creativity is, your power, your sexuality, you birth things. So we've been taught that you only can birth a child, but you can actually birth an idea. So if this part is blocked, which comes from, like I said, the throat chakra is connected to the sacral chakra. So if you're not speaking your truth, that emotion will get stuck here, and the feeling of whatever it is. And then if you bring the emotion up when you speak your truth, it helps the sacral chakra to be eased. So then if you're not speaking your truth and there's stagnant energy, that it can cause infertility, it can cause endometriosis, it can cause fibroids, it can cause so many things. If you have been through sexual abuse, it's your sacred portal, your sacred space has been disrespected. So it's about cleansing it internally and outwardly. So with the womb Reiki, I take the women on a journey with themselves and with their wombs, where they breathe into the trauma. So we sit with it. And it might be that as they're doing the meditation with me, it might be their mum that's passed away comes up and they haven't grieved for their mum. So that grief is sitting in their womb because they haven't allowed themselves to feel it. So they've suppressed it so far down that the womb Reiki allows them to breathe through it. It might be an abortion, it might be a miscarriage. It allows them to breathe through it, and I am their energy midwife. I also have been through some sexual compromise, I like to say, situations that has made me very uncomfortable. And there's also been secrets that I've withheld within my own family and sexual abuse. And where I haven't been allowed to necessarily feel safe enough to talk about it or go somewhere, I've realised being in Jamaica that there is so much sexual abuse here. And sorry, what is making me realise is that my work is very profound because there's so many women and young girls suffering in silence, and they need women like me to know that there is a safe space and it's not okay to be touched in certain ways. It's not okay for the elders to keep not talking about it. I'm a very strong woman that's been through a lot and seen a lot in my work and helped a lot of women that have been through so many different things in terms of sexual abuse. And I've seen it within my own family and friends, and it destroys that person because the systems don't do enough about it, in my personal opinion. And that is why I left the system, because I didn't feel it supported me enough in helping the community and young people and women and parents, and the parents that go through that with the child and don't know how to help support that child because they're also going through trauma because what they've seen their child go through, or because it's that uncle that we all have to greet that we don't want to greet. I go by the name of Free Thyself, and I don't even see Free Thyself necessarily as a business, it's more me. And I realised that when I started it and I left my job, that I was freeing myself. And in order to free thyself, you have to be thyself and let go of the voices of the expectations of other people and expectations of yourself. You have to just be. Not saying you can't have expectations of yourself, because that's what helps you to get goals. That's what helps you to know your vision and where you want to go and what you see for yourself. But it's very important to stay grounded in those decisions and knowing that being free, what does that mean to you? Because your freedom and my freedom could be two different things. And the spaces I've created is a space in the UK where the women come together. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to do anything other than just come and be. And it's a safe, sacred space where we can develop that sisterhood, because there's a lot of sisterhood wounding as well, from best friends to aunties to cousins to childhood trauma, to where some people got bullied.
You said you are both Caribbean and native. Ethnically, what is that?
So I am St. Lucian, St. Vincent, and Turkish Cypriot, Italian.
Okay.
And
Cypriot as in Cyprus?
Yeah, so it's Turkish Cyprus, it's the Turkish side, from North Cyprus, and then Indian, and Native American. So basically the Atlas. And many more that, yeah, but I don't know 100%, but that is what I do know.
Okay. So
and I'm British. Yeah.